Make sure that, yep, the default is set. Manually. There we go. So now I can see my mic working, and can you hear the game? Not sure if that worked, but now I really want to select it by default, because if I don't get this right, it's just going to be muted and it's going to be terrible. So it is this one. And so there's no way for me to jump into the game and jump back out and check it, but at least I know I've selected it correctly. So what up, everyone? This is Rico. I'm back, and I've been away for a long time, and this will be the first time in a long time that I've been streaming. It'll also be the first time that I'll be streaming directly from OBS to YouTube. A lot of new stuff today, and Black Mesa is available for $1.99, and so that's a steal. And so I had to go get it. I've never played Black Mesa. I have never seen a single snippet of video of Black Mesa, but I've been very excited to play it because I loved Half-Life, and the idea of fans getting together and putting in their time and making this game out of as a labor of love, and Valve allowing it to exist and allowing it to be in the Steam store to actually earn some money, is it's exciting. And you know what? Shame on me for not supporting this game before now. But here I am. It's $1.99. Go get it. It's a steal. I've never played it before. Haven't played it at all. I haven't seen a single video. I'm excited and I'm expecting to enjoy this game. But even if it's crap, at $1.99, that's an impulse buy. So what have you got to lose? So I'm just going to jump into the game. Like I said, I haven't touched it before. I do prefer to use the Xbox controller. So I've got that plugged in. I'm not sure how well the controller support is. So the first couple of minutes of this might be just boring me setting up the controls. But let's go ahead and get into that. So let's jump in. Okay, so it does look like the thumbstick supports the mouse. That's good. Not sure how well everything else is going to work, but if it's anything like the controller support for Portal 2, then this will be fine. I see that they're letting me jump to whatever chapter I like. That's I appreciate that, but I do want to play the game in order. So let's go ahead and do that. I haven't gone into any of the options. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna trust that the control scheme is just gonna work off the bat. I'm excited. I really hope you guys can hear this, because if you can't, this is gonna be a waste of time. Oh, this looks gorgeous. Now, in the original Half-Life, the game starts with you all the way up here, and the first couple of times I played it, I never even knew that you could move in the train, so I never did it, and so I would just stare forward. I think I noticed some. Yep, it's not v-syncing right now. Will it allow me to? It does allow me to pause. Save, quick save, disconnect. I just want to see if I can go into the options maybe and turn v-sync off on. Video v-sync. Here we go. It was off. Let's turn that on. Apply. And did the game crash? I hope not. It jumped me back out to OBS. Nope, it's jumping back into the game. All right, I'm going to jump out to make sure OBS still catches this. It looks like it does. This is gorgeous, and it's actually controlling well. So I'm excited that The controls seem to be working fine. Hopefully the selection of weapons won't be a problem. I can't get over how good this looks. There are other games that have, of course, look better than this, but Black Mesa is how old is it? It's got to be several years by now, and it took several years to develop it. So, uh, uh, like I just wasn't sure what to expect, but it looks great. It looks gorgeous, and I think the VSync issue was taken care of. So it's such a long ride on this train. I'm getting hung up on the seats here. Like I couldn't had a difficulty getting around this. Hopefully, I don't get hung up on other things. Oops. Okay, why am I moving? The controller's on my lap, and nothing was touching it. Are we going up or down? Down, I think. Yep. I think this door is new. I think before it was only this door that was available. I also like these little hand grips. I don't think they were there before either. Also, did I lose track? I think I think the train was always moving forward before, but now it's moving backwards after it went down. That never happened in the original. I'll probably be commenting on all the things that happened that are new here, just because I remember the original so well. I also remember being afraid at this part, not noticing the track above and seeing how the track beneath just disappears. I hear a helicopter. I don't see one though. I don't remember. There it is. I don't remember if that was in the original. I don't believe it was. This door looks much nicer. I remember when I saw the original, the little arms that hold the door closed always seemed goofy to me. These ones look much nicer and kind of jumped out at me, uh, like out toward the camera. I like that. Wonder what it looks like after it closes. The little arms come back. Yep, boom, boom, boom. I get nervous whenever I'm moving when the loading screens appear. In the original Half Life, occasionally you would get stuck, and you might have to restart. I've never seen the rails like this where there's like a little split. A lot of these rooms look familiar. Not sure about the those lasers like that, but I'm. I imagine it's gonna be super boring just hearing me over and over say like I'm not sure if I remember that right. I'm not sure if this looked the way it should. I like the way this looks better. See, now we see the arms from the inside. I'm looking at the rail because I want to see how it extends and connects. Or maybe it doesn't. It does. There's something that jumps out. Okay. So I think we're going down now. Second time we've gone down. We are deep, deep, deep underground. Like I said, when I originally played this game, I didn't even know that you could move in the train. So I would just sit and watch this. Now, if this would have happened in the original game, uh, I might have done something different because it never we were always moving forward. We would never move backwards like this. So this is the second time we've turned around. All that green sludge looked great. Oh, finally arrived. I think his name is Barney. I'm going to be interested to see if he repeats or if they actually did different models for different characters. So different voice actor. He looks good. I wonder if this is going to be like a Pokemon situation. So I wonder if it's going to be like a Pokemon situation where we're going to see him pop up over and over again. So I can talk by pressing X. Uh-huh. This window was not here before. I like the look of it. You don't have a ponytail either. And if my hair gets any weirder and wilder, I need to shave it all off. Heard my phone chime. I wanted to check that out real quick. So, love the look of this room. I'm not sure what the point of this, this waiting room is. I'm not sure what that's about. I want to look for. There used to be a little button under the desk. There it is. That if I push it, they get in trouble. Is there a way for me to duck? A A jumps. Y does nothing for now. X talks. These guys got the blue screen. How do I duck? Okay, so right bumper is duck. I'm never gonna get used to that. Now I'm tempted to push it again, get him in real trouble. Alright, research, development, personnel. So a lot of the structure is the same, a lot of the colors are the same. There were no women in the lab before, so progress. Can't open this for some reason. These health stations are going to become a thing later. I forget where my hazmat suit is. I think it's close. Everybody looks different. Vending machines, like again, in the old game, it was just like one giant JPEG, super blurry here. Now I'm wondering if I can order something. Guess not. Hey, here we go. Okay, I've picked it up. I thought I'd drink it, but guess I'll carry it along. Open up. I just got an achievement for bringing this guy toilet paper. That's brand new, by the way. That was never there before. There's probably going to be a bunch of little tidbits there where it's like, oh, that wasn't there before, but sure, now that I know that I can pick things up. I am staring into space for some reason. These monitors seem, or these buttons or gauges or whatever, they're very fascinating, and that's why I'm staring at them as I sit here next to the periodic table of elements. So this room was a giant dead end. I now have to find the elevator, which I think is this way. Some of the folks across the pond would call that a lift. Gotta keep an eye out for the G-Man. I remember seeing him early, and I wonder if he's gonna show up in different places. As I wait for the lift, I'm just gonna jump out real quick, see if there's anything in the chat. There isn't, so I'm going back in the game. I really should have had two monitors to do this sort of thing, but I don't. I'm tempted to push this thing. No, no, no. It'll end up breaking something, I'm sure. Ah, YOLO, 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 which is something I will only say in a video game and never in real life. Nope, that doesn't do anything. Lasers. Complaining? So, anti-mass, also known as antimatter. So this is Eli, who I think features prominently in the sequel Half-Life 2 and its numerous episodes. The never-ending joke of the fact that Steam or Valve really doesn't know how to count to three. Radiation is off the charts. We're using antimatter. Maybe this is a bad idea. Maybe we shouldn't rush. Or was I? So they make Half Life 1 and then Half Life 2. And then they make Half Life 2 Episode 1 and they make Half Life 2 Episode 2 and then they stopped for a bit. Then they did Half Life the Lost something, the Lost Island, I forget what. But they never called it Half Life 3. Never, never, never do they make Half Life 3. All right, shut up, I'm talking. So they make Portal 1 and Portal 2, but they never make Portal 3. They make Left 4 Dead 1 and Left 4 Dead 2, but never make Left 4 Dead 3. I think there was another example. They made Dota, but maybe I think maybe somebody else made Dota, and then they made Dota 2 and never made Dota 3. So yeah, Valve, they can't count to three. So after all that hype, I am now going to get to work, and you think, all right, it's going to be really complicated stuff. I'm a theoretical physicist after all, so I'll have to do some weird, complicated stuff in this chamber. Everything looks the same. Well, this forklift is new. Mount, dismount ladder. Oh, I like that. I like that I have to push X to mount the ladder. Before, you would have to walk onto it, and it never really worked well. Sometimes you couldn't gauge when you could get on and off the ladder. Shut up. So getting down was always a chore. This cage used to be closer to this, and so I would often try to jump over the cage just to see if I can get in there. Oh well. That doesn't look scary at all. Thought I'd be doing some really complicated work, but all I really had to do was push a switch, turn on the rotors, and then push this thing into that thing. And that's it. That's it. I always like to run away from this thing. Open the door, let me out. See, and so they all get shot, and now there's fire in there. That looks great. I don't want to be in here anymore. To me, this was always the scariest part of the game because you start seeing things before you get back. So I can look around. I can't move. I forgot what they're called. The alligator things. Again, that looked much better than the original game. All right. Well, now that everything has become a disaster, now might be a good time to stop. Let's go ahead and quick save, or let me do a regular save because I don't really know if the quick saves will survive me turning it off. The game is now saved. I'm going to jump out. Okay. And so the controller works fine. Hopefully the streaming worked fine. Didn't get any chat or comments. That'll be something I'll need to look into later. But my thought was this is that since essentially nothing has happened so far, I just want to stop right now, check the video, make sure that all the audio worked correctly, that everything worked the way that it should have before I move on. Because if I keep going and I try to capture the rest of the game, which will be more exciting, I think, and more dynamic and interesting. Uh, I'll only be disappointed if the results were wrong. So if the audio was wrong or the video was wrong on this one, it's no big deal. I enjoyed it, but it was the beginning, the introduction of the game, which at worst, even if I wanted to capture it again, I would just play it again. It's no big deal. And so, also, I've got work tomorrow, so I don't really want to commit myself to another level of Half Life. It's a great game, and I look forward to savoring it. And so I'll take it one step at a time. So that's it for now. This is Rico signing off. You guys take care and God bless. I just realized I don't know how to end the stream. Let me close this. and stop.